and understanding that that was just a moment in my life, a little blip, a little bump in the road.
Never, never, never die. 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 Never die.
All right. This is the Angry Dad. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. And before I get into today's podcast, I thank Everyday Fit Life, a way to dial in your nutrition. Literally, it just teaches you the habits and gives you the guidelines of how to eat, when to eat. And, it doesn't really tell you what to eat, but it tells you the portions that you need. You know what I'm saying? Because this is all typically built around the food that you want to eat, the food that you find delicious, and you just got to follow the plan. You follow the portions, you follow the timing, you follow the instructions, and guess what? You will lose weight, feel great. And if you need 30 days of help, 60 days of help, 90 days of help to help solidify those habits to get to your fitness goals, well, guess what? You can do that with Everyday Fit Life. Use the link in my notes. You get 20% off. Get hooked up at Everyday Fit Life. Let's get into today's show. One of the things that, it's one of those hard lessons that I had to go through. You know what I'm saying? And when I mean go through, there's things that, men aren't taught. And what's taught is not self-worth, but understanding that you deserve. You know what I'm saying? We're not put on a pedestal, but we're shown that we have to prove what we're worth. We have to show to the world, we have to show to our loved ones, we have to show to everybody that we are worthy of approval, we're worthy of happiness, that we are worthy of whatever we get. But the thing is you don't have to show approval. You don't have to have approval. You don't have to, get this validation from the world. That's what it's coming down to. It's the validation. You don't have to validate yourself to this world or to anybody in that fucking matter of fact. All right? Because a lot of us, because of that validation, we don't feel like we're good enough. We don't feel like we can have enough. We don't feel like we're deserving of what we have because we're not working hard enough. We're not trying hard enough. We're not doing enough. But when the truth of the matter is we are enough. We've always been enough. Being a good person, you know what I'm saying? Knowing what your values are. Knowing where you stand in the world. You don't have to have this validation from the world. You don't have to have this approval from the world. You don't have to seek it. Look, we do seek it because we don't know any fucking better. I've had to go through this my whole life because I've never felt worthy of anything that I've ever had. You know what I'm saying? Through all the trials and tribulations of divorce, going through custody with my kids, trying to figure out my life, I just always felt like I didn't deserve anything. I'm a piece of shit because my family fell apart. I'm a piece of shit because, I can't do anything right. I'm a piece of shit because I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel worthy of having anything because I don't have anything. My life's falling apart. Things are falling apart. Things aren't going right. And understanding that was just a moment in my life, a little blip, a little bump in the road. I had to go through that because I didn't feel like I deserved what I have, or that I don't deserve to have anything. More of the fact right there is I feel I don't deserve to have anything because I fail as a man. I'm failing as a man. My life is falling apart. I'm not worth anything. But that's not the fucking truth. That's what the world wants you to believe. That's what the society wants you to believe. That's something that we fucking dig a hole and we bury ourselves because that's what we're meant to feel. But understanding that I learned the thought process. I gone through the bullshit. I gone through all the fucking crap that the world can throw at you so I can try to spit this fucking message out if I can get it out correct. But what it is you are worth it. Everything you have is worth it. Everything you want is worth it. You have a value in this fucking world and you're just going through it. We all learn our lessons at different paces. We all learn these things in a way that is the hard way. All right? Because I've had to learn everything the hard way, and I try my hardest to talk to those who are around me, counsel, guide, mentor, those who will listen to me, to let them understand that, guess what? You do deserve. You do deserve the validation. You do deserve all this. It doesn't mean we'll get it, but we deserve it. And the reason we deserve it is because we're always trying to be better. We're always trying to get shit done. We're always trying to improve. We're always trying to grow. We're always trying to add to our world. And because we go through all these struggles, we might have these moments and times where we feel invaluable. Well, not invaluable, but devalued. And the reason we feel like this is because shit's falling apart. Nothing's going right. And that we're meant to fail. The system's set up for us to fail. I try to teach my kids and I try to say these things like, no, you have value. You've messed up, but guess what? You dust yourself off, pick yourself up again, and do it again because I still love you. No matter what you go through, no matter what's happening in your life, no matter what is transpiring, whatever is happening at this moment in time, how you feel, don't worry about that because I'm still here. I still love. I still care. You have this spot in my heart and in my mind of this because I love you unconditionally. And we're not, as men, we're not trained, we're not taught that that's something that happens. That's something that exists. People might say it, people might do these acts, but we're taught to ignore it. We're taught to not give a fuck about that because we can only have what's on our plate. What can we bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? All these things that come at a man, and it's not explained to anybody. It's not explained to us at any point in time in our lives. It's just one of those things that, you just need to know. You just have to have the confidence. You just fucking, it's there. But the thing is now it's all about having that conversation. It's all about communicating. It's all about making sure that we understand that we are cared for, that we are loved, and whether or not anybody says it, whether or not anybody does anything about it, whether or not you feel it from anybody, you need to understand that you have a value, that you are important, that you do deserve. All right? You deserve everything that you've ever wanted in your life, but you have to work for it. But at the same time, when shit falls apart, when nothing's going right, it's okay. It's okay. We're still worth it. I still have these panic attacks. When something happens, whether it's fucking in the family, financially, or fucking, life-changing events, you know what I'm saying? I've had multiple heart attacks. And I have this feeling of like, oh, I have not done enough. I'm not giving enough. I'm not trying enough. And it makes me feel devalued. But I'm doing it to myself. Subconsciously, I'm having these emotions, I'm having these feelings, I'm having these reasons running through my fucking head for no goddamn fucking reason. It's because we're putting ourselves in that panic because we forget who we are. We forget what we are. We forget the value that we bring. And that value is our fucking worth ethic. It's our strength. It's our knowledge. It's all these things. But that lizard side of the brain reverts back to whatever fucking bullshit and bad habits that you picked up when you were younger. You know what I'm saying? You revert back when you have these fucking moments and times where it's like, I don't know what to do. Shit's fucking hectic. It's out of fucking control and you can't control it. So you revert back to that primitive mindset of like, oh man, I'm not doing well. I'm not this. I'm not that. I had a hole in my soul for a long time because I didn't feel like I deserved my family. I feel like I fucked up. I feel like I've had all these emotions and these feelings and I can never convey them. I can never explain it to them. I can never blurt it the fuck out. But now I just blatantly fucking talk about it because guess what? I've had these emotions. I've had these feelings and it's understanding that you expect so much from yourself. And I've always expected so much from myself. I hold myself in such a regard where anything less than perfection is not worth it. It's not worth anything. So if I fall under this expectation of myself, I don't have any value. But that's not the truth. That's not what we're supposed to think. We should understand that, hey, we fuck up, we fail, and shit doesn't go right, but we're still this. We're still value. We're still a person. We have emotions and we have feelings, but it's okay to feel this fucking panic. It's okay to feel this fucking fear. It's okay to have this emotion and understand that that's anxiety. That's something that shakes up your fucking world. but by acknowledging it, by understanding it, by speaking on it, that we can get past it. We don't have to dwell in those feelings or dwell in those emotions, because, I had those moments in times where I'm replaying past events in my fucking head for no goddamn fucking reason, and all of a sudden this random emotion, this random feeling, and this horrible wave of fucking like despair falls on me because I was imperfect at that moment in time. But it just happens. And because that happens, it's like I'm reliving it. And because I'm reliving it, I have to remind myself, like, no, I am better now. I am much better now. I'm in a better state of mind. I'm in a better fucking position. I've gone through this and learned from it, and then have added it to my experience of life. And because I've added it to my experience of life, because I've changed, because I've grown, because I've done all these things, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to live these emotions, but these still do pop up every so often. But the thing is don't let it get you down. Don't let it hurt you. Don't let it ruin your fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Even when shit's going wrong, even when shit's fucking happening, understand your value. Understand you deserve to fucking be valued. Understand that you need to understand. Like I said, sometimes I just fucking ramble on, but at the same fucking time, I just trying to get the point across is you deserve. You deserve happiness. You deserve success. You deserve everything you want in your life. It takes you to get there. It takes you to put in the work. It takes you to fucking push forward. We have these emotions, we have these feelings, we have these thoughts, but because we have these emotions and we have these feelings and we have these thoughts, we have to work through them. We have to understand them. We have to get a grasp on them, so then we can use them as a fucking tool in our fucking life. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel bad. It's okay to have these emotions and be overwhelmed. It's you just have to acknowledge it. And by acknowledging it and by accepting it and by working through it, you develop into a much better, calmer person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to practice these things. We have to go through these things. We have to work through these things, so then we can use these things in our everyday fucking lives. And as you start doing these things, showing these things, working through these things, understand that, if you got kids, they're watching you. Let them know that it's okay. Let them know that it's all right. Let them know that you love them unconditionally, no matter what the fuck's going on. These are the things that you got to tell your family. These are the things that you got to help pass along. These are the things you got to teach your fucking kids. So then they have a much greater value in their life, because they've learned from the experiences. They've learned from all the shit. They've gone through all these things, and it just passes it on. Like I said, I grew up without a dad. I didn't have anyone to teach me any of these things that I've gone through. I had my mom. She worked really hard. She did the best she could, but I was an out of control fucking kid. You know what I'm saying? How do you manage that? Someone who's not going to listen, someone's going to do whatever they fucking want to do, somebody who's just fucking just out there. It's hard to fucking take care of that. You know what I'm saying? And she did a tremendous fucking job raising me. All right. I still had to learn a lot of this the hard fucking way. But when you got a thick fucking skull and no understanding, no one to rein you back, no one to really fucking like put you in your fucking place. That's the kind of shit you have to go through as a fucking kid. And with all my kids, like I said, I sit with them, I work with them, I fucking talk with them, I communicate these things, and I want to make sure that they have full control, full understanding of emotions and thoughts and feelings. Because guess what? It's a life lesson. It's a tool that they can put into their fucking toolbox of life and be much better. You know what I'm saying? All my kids are so much more adjusted as a human being than I was when I was their age. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I was fucking wild. It is what it fucking is, but that's the fucking truth. It's these things that pop up in my head, and I just want to get them fucking out, because like I said, I have these emotions, I have these feelings, and sometimes I just acknowledge them, work through them, and move it the fuck on. But a lot of times, a lot of us don't know how to deal with that. We don't know how to feel about that, because like I said, even with a lot of my times, I get very upset. And when I get very upset, I get very fucking loud, and I get very confrontational. Then I'm on edge. I'm ready to fucking any bit of friction is ready to set me to fuck off. But then now, like I said, I recognize it. I see it. I talk about it. Like even I have words with my wife. I'm like, hey, I'm a little overwhelmed. Give me a fucking moment. And guess what? I bring myself down to the right fucking level. Explained to her what I was feeling, explained to her what was going on, and she's like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Whether we have a full blown conversation about that or not, it just depends on the situation. But like I said, we have those moments in times. You know what I'm saying? It's having these emotions, these feelings, these thoughts, and just processing and understanding, like I said, sometimes I have this fucking anxiety where I'm like, am I doing enough? Do I have a value? You know what I'm saying? Am I deserving of my fucking life? Because like I said, my life is in a completely different position than it had ever been in any other situation. My life is not what I thought it was going to turn out to be, but guess what? I'm fucking here. I'm enjoying it. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything fucking else. And because of that, I want to make sure that people let them know that, when shit goes wrong, it does get better. But you got to put in the work. You got to put in the fucking time. And you got to want it. You got to want it bad enough that you'll do anything for it. You know what I'm saying? And having these tools and of understanding of what's happening internally can help you so fucking much. It can push you to that next fucking level of success. It can push you to that next level of happiness. It can push you to where you need to be in life, because guess what? You're emotionally and physically dealing with it. And that's something that we have to do. Like I said, there's a lot of young kids out there that don't know how to do this. Hopefully they hear this fucking podcast and understand that they're not a fucking alone with their feelings, their emotions, their anger, their happiness, their sadness. Because like I said, I've been there. And I'll continue to be there because I want to keep pushing forward. Like I said, this shit is fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? As kids, as men, as children, we're not taught how to deal with these things. You know what I'm saying? We're taught math, we're taught science, we're taught history, we're taught all these things. But guess what? We're not taught or ever spoke upon, at least in my fucking lifetime. I've never spoken about my emotions and my feelings really with anybody. You know what I'm saying? I did have, not a psychiatrist, but like a therapist, you know what I'm saying, that I spoke to, and they kind of explained a little bit of this to me. And, and through a lot of reading, through a lot of self-reflection, through a lot of like trying to figure out what my fucking problem was, it's like, oh, okay, this is a whole new skill. You know what I'm saying? How to be calm, how to fucking react, how to use your emotions, how to ignore your emotions, how to fucking embrace your emotions. Because this isn't a life lesson learned. It's just something you go through. But the thing is the faster you recognize it, the faster you understand it, the fucking, god damn it, the faster your life's going to get better. It's just one of those fucking things. It might be a little woo woo for some of these people, but the thing is like I said, this is real deal shit that I've gone through. There's real deal emotions that I fucking worked with and worked through, and fucking these feelings and thoughts of fucking value, devalue, fucking anger, happiness. Am I deserving of a great fucking life? Yes, I fucking am. Are you deserving of a great life? Yes, you fucking are. You deserve it. You deserve happiness, because a lot of us fucking feel despair until we fucking have that epiphany one day. And I hope that epiphany happens sooner than fucking later. So guess the fuck what? This is the Angry Motherfucking Dad. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. If you want to watch this shit, YouTube, you want us to do a Spreaker, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, SoundCloud, Deezer, iHeartRadio. You can find this motherfucker everywhere. You can easily fucking find it, rate, review, like, subscribe, all that fucking bullshit. I'm also part of the Inner Circle Podcast Network, group of powerful podcasters out there sharing their shit. That is innercirclepn.com. We'll take you to every one of our websites, every one of our shows, so make sure you check it the fuck out. We have shows as The Plunge, Failing Hollywood, Simmons and More, The Untrained Eye, The Hood Diner, Shit Happens When You Party Naked, so make sure you check the fuck out, and I'll see y'all motherfuckers on the next one. Fuck.
Always living, always living, always living, always living, always living, always living.